hard-fought, earned street smarts. We may also carry gut reactions that can lead us astray. We may want to have friends that understand us, who bring out the best in us, though sometimes they can get on our very last nerve, and sometimes they bring out the worst in us. We may want to feel romantic love, but that same desire can also pull us into unhealthy relationships. We may want to carry a beer or a glass of wine so that we can enjoy ourselves, as many people will do this afternoon and evening. But we can also carry those things so as to self-medicate from the things that we don't want in our backpack. We can have a healthy or an unhealthy relationship with the things that we want in our backpack. We probably don't want to carry all of our traumas with us, but they come along anyway. We may not want to be on the same road with reckless drivers on the interstate, but if we want to get somewhere, we're going to have to use a road. Coming up on Lent, I'm all too aware of the fact that I don't like to or want to carry guilt with me or shame. But some days, as the song goes, whoop, there it is. In our backpack, there are things, emotions, people, and even our relationship with God that we carry with us. Wanted, unwanted, healthy, unhealthy. We are all too aware of this during Black History Month, or as I like to call it, the month where white preachers feel good about themselves because they quoted Dr. King. That's mean. But I'm carrying some unwanted baggage in my backpack. I'm glad I'm in a place where I can repent of my arrogance and my uncharitable thoughts in just about 15 minutes from now. But in the history of the United States, there have been hundreds of millions of black men and women, acclaimed and ordinary, who have known what it is like to have things of this kind in their backpack. If you've never been to the website, The Voice of Black Cincinnati, run by our own Crystal Kendrick, you should go there sometime. It is remarkable. There's a whole section of the website dedicated to the stories of resilient and strong black people who persevered and achieved success despite unwanted things being in their backpacks. Two of them come from the blessed departed of this very church. Now, this is dangerous just to speak of two people in a church, but they've passed on. And that's because so many people in our church have done so many important and wonderful things, things that have been highlighted by our society and things that haven't been highlighted by our society. But I'm going to highlight these two people anyway. The first one is Marge Parham. She was the first African-American woman to publish a newspaper in Cincinnati. There were a lot of things that she carried with her in her backpack. She had the literary and editorial skills, she had guts, and she had the I will to make it in an industry dominated by men in a news environment dominated by the narratives of white culture. She also had things in her backpack that she didn't want to carry. Her first husband, Gerald Porter, had started the Cincinnati Herald in 1952. In 1963, Gerald died after an accident as he was being transported to hospital after hospital in Cincinnati because none of the white hospitals would admit a black man for care, even in the state that he was in. And he died on the way from hospital to hospital. There's also Dr. Lucy Oxley. She was the first African-American woman to graduate from the University of Cincinnati School of Medicine. She was the daughter of our beloved longtime rector, the Reverend Dr.